There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Thank you for coming back. Hello, beautiful Carrie B. Hello, Sandeep, UK video clip. Sorry for earlier. Hello, Darklands. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Andy is here and Mum is here. I want to say I'm sorry for screaming at you guys at the earlier show. I just get so worked up. I get so worked up. I forget how I should behave. Hello. Where were you? Oh, okay. What did you bring? Did you bring any food back for me? What? Ape? Are you gonna come eat in here? Anyway, thank you. I just love getting upset. I just love getting upset, especially when I think I'm right and I think, what did you get? Bacon. This looks like it's not the right color. You see the color. Look at the color on the other side.
Yeah, it's fine.
How do you know it's fine?
I'm looking at it. It's fine.
How do you know? What else did you get? What are we gonna eat right now? I think I've got some calories left. That's the producer there. Anyway, I was screaming earlier. Did you hear me screaming, producer? Anyway, so there you go. You're right. I should have checked that out. Turn up the mic. Can you hear me now? Thank you very much. Let me change to live chat so we make sure we get everybody in here who needs to be in here. Yeah, bacon. I like bacon. Like Calliope is here. Beautiful Calliope is here. And Paul is here. And Keith Bexley is here. I'm sorry, I get really upset, especially when we're talking about stuff that I think I know the answer to, or at least maybe their answer is not my answer. So I just get very worked up over it. Bacon dogs and the cross of St. George. Is that what I think that's what is that what we're fighting for? What's a bacon dog? Is it like a hot dog with bacon on it? That actually sounds pretty good. I've got some calories. I need to eat about 2,200 calories. If I eat 2,200 calories, I will lose weight. I've had 56 grams of carbs. So I'm doing very well. If I don't have any more carb food, which I don't know if I have any in the house, so I'll be doing all right. Shouting doesn't make you correct. No, it doesn't make you correct, but it feels good. It feels good when nobody is saying what I'm saying, and when people are not questioning the status quo opinion. Lewis, chill. It's allowed to be pat. Thank you very much, UK video clips. You know, I mean, I actually, because I see my own life. 10 years ago, before I started this crazy diet, in 2017, October, I wrote out kind of like a last will of things I had to do. Hold on, what? Why is this thing on? Hello? Let me just make this thing should not be on. Okay, can you hear me now? Does the sound good? Why are Americans allergic to the word thousand? Well, I don't know. Are we allergic to that? Lewis, doll, I won't see you for a bit. It's spring break, and I'm going to Italy, but I do hope you'll have a good birthday. Oh my God, I'd love to be with you in Italy. I would love to be with you in Italy. I'd love to be in Italy with or without you. But I'm not even sure, I'm not quite as traveling like I used to be. Talking, okay, no. The point is, who am I poking? Don't poke the bear, says UK video clips. And when I went on my diet, I wrote out a last will of things. It wasn't the last will exactly, but it was things I had to do before I died. I had a year to live. I felt I had a year left. I was feeling that sick, that ill, and the things I had to do. And, be nice to my wife, be nice to Rob, just all these things like that of what I needed to do. US say 100, which is say 2,200, which is 2,200. I mean, people say that in every country they have different ways of expressing it. How do you express 90, 90 in French? There's a way of doing it. You let us all know you were here 10 minutes early, then still managed to turn up 3 minutes late, then spend the next 3 minutes with the sound too low, talking to someone else in the house. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I want to make sure there are enough people here to talk to because I'm telling you stuff that I think is really important. At least to me, it's important. Maybe it's not important. I'm going to make a cup of tea. And also, because this is the late show, which is different than the early show. I think it's different. I think people have different expectations. I went to a Hooverphonic concert in Luxembourg in this past weekend. You should travel. It's more fun in older age. Why? How? How? Explain that to me, Calliope. The Late Show works better for me, being a night owl. Yeah. I mean, it's just it has a different feel to it. I'm more relaxed. But then today's show I wasn't relaxed, but the show went faster for me. Did it go faster for you? I don't know. Oh yes, of course, this is much more informal than the earliest stream. It's a bit more informal. Not that the other one is. You're making a joke. Is formal. Aries male. That's me. My birthday is March 30th, 1957. That's my birthday. I'm not. Celebrating the anniversary of my birthday coming up. I think it's a Saturday or a Sunday. Lewis. Aries males are impulsive, collecting habits, no filter, insecure, needing attention. Aren't all men like that? Or where does it say that? Where is it written down? Because I've read a lot of things about. At one point, maybe the astrology could have worked to carry B. I'm not sure that it works anyway. Scott Elite Elixir says, "Hello, Scott. Hello. You might like Clang Phonics. What is Hoover Phonics? What is that? Was that a made up name of the band? We do not have birthdays. We are immortals. We are young, heartache to heartache. We do, no promise. I love not giving an F. So travel is fun. Well, the problem with me is I still care. You can see how much I care. I'm still in the caring game. I hope I'm going to be okay. I had a tooth pulled out. Slowly then I'm losing myself. I've lost myself. Not true. I am in a tux. Earlier I was in my purple Y fronts. Says UK video clips. It's your birthday next week. Yeah, the 30th. What day is the 30th? Today's the 24th. So 6 days from today, or 7 days from today is let me check the calendar. I used to be able to figure this stuff out. Um, Let me look. I'm going to look at the calendar. I've got my calendar on my phone. The 29th is a Sunday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I'm so lucky that it's a Monday. Everybody's guessing the date. How many teeth have you lost now? I've lost 3. 1, 2, 3, 3. And I have a gap in my teeth, which I think is very, very attractive. Now Kermit comes in and says, I've never even considered that you are the same age as my eldest brother, a few months younger, actually. So what does that mean? Do I look older than him? Am I younger in spirit? I'm making a cup of tea. A cup of tea. Lewis, everything is total bollocks. This is what Carrie B says. I may be financially wealthy, but it's all totally bollocks. Be careful. I'll follow you around if you've got some money. Okay. Well, yeah, it's Monday. If you use the normal calendar, sure. What other calendar can I use, Scott? Did he just leave the chat? I left the chat to make a cup of tea. How important is it? How important is it? This is not really a live stream. This is a chat room. We're all together having a recorded chat. There's no content. I write stuff down, but I don't keep track of it. So am I allowed to walk? Am I allowed to walk away for a cup of tea? Are you guys allowed to walk away for a cup of tea? You don't even need to tell me. You just say, yeah, I'm walking away. I'm having a cup of tea. Sandeep, sorry. Hello, beautiful Sandeep. A gap in your teeth is meant to represent wealth. Yes, Darklands, that's true. I think it's because your diet is good. If you've got a good diet, you have a gap in the teeth. I was discussing this today with my dentist, who I don't even know his name. He's just so good. He's the dentist over at East Dulwich Dentistry, or that. I don't know if that's what the sign says. It is. My balls are my best feature. My web toes are not, says Corsi. Okay. Yeah, if a woman likes your BALLS, she probably likes you. All available to buy online. Oh, let me show you what I found yesterday in the street. I don't know whether I told you. Did I tell you this? You see what this is? Somebody threw this in the rubbish bin. Honest to God. It's a Millwall large shirt, sports shirt. Can you see this? Does anybody know what year this is? It says Millwall, Lonsdale, Opita, and then I can't read any of these signatures. Are these real signatures? Can you see these signatures? Does that look like it has any value? That's what I found in the street. And in a rubbish bin. Carrie B says everything is total bollocks. No, I'm afraid not. We have the same genes. So he looks 10 years younger, still has all his own teeth and hair. Well, remember, I've been over-drilled by Dr. Joseph Kafer in Bayside, New York. Dr. Joseph Kafer. I didn't know, he was like totally took advantage of my mother. Just the amount of money that was spent on dentistry. She used to love going to visit the guy. Loved it. I made a bucket obligation list in my 20s as I did not expect to get to 30. It nearly became self-fulfilling as I worked 12-hour days on my projects. Yeah, okay, maybe that's what we need to do. That's maybe what I need to do, is I need to work harder. I was talking to Russ about this, about working harder. At what point do we give up? I mean, if you want to spend, like Calliope, she wants to go to Italy. How does that help your life going to Italy? I don't know how it does. If you have no teeth, how are you going to eat raw meat? You'll starve and die. Yes. Well, people don't lose their teeth unless you eat a whatchamacallit diet, unless you eat a carb diet. Don't get me started on this. We're not talking about this. If you are rich, make sure you have stocks, real estate, and cash. Why do you have to make sure? I've got one asset, and that is you. That is you, people. You're my only asset. You are the people who I care about the most. I know it doesn't. You don't believe that. Is the screen blurry? Is it blurry? Here, let me wipe the screen. Yeah. Andy is loaded. He's loaded. Well, everybody, if you're loaded, you could make a contribution to the stream to keep the stream going. Alex drinks green tea. Andy, that's Andy. He said that Alex drinks green tea. Cannot beat a cup of tea. Well, it depends what to keep you up. No. I mean, you drink a cup of coffee, but drinking a cup of tea is nice. I don't want to drink that much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tea. Can you see the tea? And I'm going to throw half of it out to make sure that I don't drink it all. And I'm going to put I'm putting milk in it too. I've thrown away most of the tea. I've thrown away Can you see this? Probably not. You can't see this. Can you see it? I threw away most of the tea. Most of the tea. Let's get back on track. I'm falling behind. Anyone want a cup of tea? Yeah, let's all have a cup of tea. Let's sit down. Imagine we're in a room somewhere above a pub or something. White with no sugar for me, thanks. Well, that's what I'm having. We're on the same page, Mum. Mine is white with no tea, with no sugar. I prefer it with sugar, and I prefer it with no milk and lots of sugar, but I put a little bit of milk. I hope your dentist is Jewish. Mine always have been. No, this one, he's Muslim, I think. He looks like a Bollywood. He's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. Terry Thomas, the famous English comedian, had a gap in his teeth, and he died broke. Did he really? So maybe it doesn't mean you've got money. The nurse there in the dentist thing, she had a thing, and I said to her, I said that in some countries that people think that a gap in your teeth is a sign of beauty because it means you've been ripping apart animal flesh, and that's why your teeth looks like that. Why do people have such bad teeth nowadays? They have bad teeth because they're not chewing proper food. Wine, no water, thank you. Okay. We have no wine here. Wow. Is it worth a few bob? Is the shirt worth a few bob? The Millwall thing. I'm a bit behind. I should catch up to make sure we're all Is Babe Station still a thing? I always thought it was a car crash pretending to be porn. What is Babe Station? I don't even know what that is. Was that on one of those ITV late at night? I'm watching my oil stocks fall off a cliff at the moment. Darklands waiting for Asian markets to open might save me. Listen, you gotta tell you, I don't know anything about business. I should know something about business. Because a filling costs over 40 pounds in Glasgow. That's a lot of money. I paid 75 pounds to have the tooth pulled and to have my teeth cleaned. I have just over half of my teeth, Fontenay. My upper left have mostly gone. I have 1 and 8 there only. Of course, we all know what 1 and 8 means. What does 1 and 8 mean? Have you ever used that, anybody? I don't think I've ever used that, 1 and 8. Are we watching the stock? But what's happening in Iran? Gamesmanship is a terrific Terry Thomas film. Let me check and find out what the other Terry Thomas films are. Can I check? Terry Thomas films. Okay, let's just check here. IMDb, the British Film Years, Legacy, Screen, Persona, Filmography. How about that? Terry Thomas on screen. Okay. He's got his own page. Where was he born? Anybody know where Terry Thomas was born? I'm going to guess he's one of those people who's born in Lambeth. Like just watching, like right by the Thames, but down there. Let's see where he was born. That's the filmography. Let's see. Terry Thomas. That's not his full name. Thomas Terry Hoare Stevens. And he combined his name into Terry Thomas. He wanted to be like a one-name person. Born in London. Where in London? Where in London was Terry Thomas born? Finchley. Finchley, in North London. So he wasn't born there. What year was he born? 1911. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't have time to read all of this right now, unless you want me to read it. Um, Terry Thomas is wonderful. He's wonderful because of filling crossover. Okay. I have just over and here's the thing. My dentist, unsolicited, said except for this tooth back here, which was pulled, all the other teeth are perfect. Are perfect. And I do not brush my teeth. I haven't brushed my teeth for over 4 or 5 years. There used to be such amazing characters like Will Hayes, the Crazy Gang, Monsoor, Eddie Gray, Harold Lloyd. Heard silver was booming. I don't have enough money for that thing. I have 1,000 pounds in I'm not gonna say what. I shouldn't discuss it publicly. I should keep stuff to myself. I'm too open. Is Lucy Van Pelt? Is she here? Is Lucy here? Are you here, Lucy? There's Lucy here. School for Scoundrels. Is that what he was in? Thank you, Lucy Van Pelt is here. Thank you, Lucy Van Pelt. Anyway, my teeth are perfect. And I have not brushed them in 4 or 5 years. I mean, do you remember how many? Remember what I said last year? I said I haven't brushed them in 3 years, so it must be 4 years. Remember, Lewis, the Tesco debit card is no more at the end of the month. Why is that? Have they lost their banking privileges or something? They haven't lost it, not in this country. Thomas was a bounder. What is a bounder? That's a good word. Not brushing your teeth is yucky, Lewis style. Yes, it could be considered yucky. It's not considered yucky. Why is it considered yucky? If you eat meat, the meat cleans your teeth. If you just have a high carb diet, it rots the teeth from the inside and the outside. It collects stuff on it. You don't need to brush your teeth. Just eat meat. This is one of the things that I believe in. Lewis, 2 weeks ago, I invested the smallest amount possible, 250 euros. It is now 3,500 euros. In what? What did you invest in? In oil? Is that what you said you did? Do you have stinky breath? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I've got stinky breath. No one has said I've got stinky breath. I mean, our bodies are self-cleaning. They're not rotting. It's like if you scratch your skin, skin comes off. Eventually, you're clean. I don't know. Does anybody want to kiss me? Maybe we'll have a kissing contest. The voice of Basil Brush, according to Lucy Van Pelt, was based on Terry Thomas. Terry Thomas has a little dash in between the Terry and the Thomas. It's not two names. It says it on Wikipedia. But we know you eat ice cream and pizza and donuts, so don't be a dingbat. No, I'll post. I don't know if I can post it here. I'll post the pizza that I had, and I'll post what I did with the crust. I am totally honest about all this stuff. Tesco's bank was bought by Barclays, and guess what? They've closed the service. Well, maybe it's going to be called a Barclays card. It's available at Tesco's. French Kiss, Lewis. Yes, that's my nickname. French Kiss, Big Cock, Lewis Schaffer. That's my nickname. Currencies and commodities with a little bit of crypto. I mean, I don't even want to get. I'd love to give you. It feels great to give it financial advice, but I don't know anything about money. I wouldn't trust me with money. I wouldn't pay me a salary. I wouldn't send me to the shop. I'm really bad with money. I know I know the girls especially, you want to love me and the guys. I won't touch crypto. Yeah, the fact that it survived this long somebody must control it, right? Crypto. I always thought it was rock hard, right? Rock hard. That's my nickname. Is rock hard. Rock hard. That is my nickname. What was the other nickname? French kiss or French kiss. I think back, you know what? People didn't brush their teeth until recently. It's all a scam done by the Colgate Palmolive Company. Basically, that tea is so lovely. Just lovely. A cup of tea. Yeah, a young lady calls you up and guides you. Yeah, that's what we need women for. They can be good. Comb your hair, please. I did comb it before, but I don't know. I haven't taken a shower. I haven't washed my hair in over maybe 5 years. I haven't brushed my teeth or washed my hair. I'm swapping to PayPal's debit card. That's free. Is that true? Does PayPal have a debit card? Regret throwing half the tea away now. I don't, because otherwise I may not be able to get to sleep at night. You know, I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to be more relaxed about everything. I'm too stressed out. How? I mean, you need a lot of credit cards because they could take away your credit cards in an instant. Monzo, I've heard, is very good. I mean, I could have a Revel. I guess I could apply for a Revolut card. But I mean, how many credit cards do you need? How many debit cards do you need? I used to have credit cards, but my credit is poor. I don't want to discuss this too openly. Do you want to do you want me to discuss it openly with you? No. I always got a crypto mixed up with anal. Now I'm deaf. I don't know what that means. UK video, but it sounds really funny, and it sounds like a well thought out joke of a very funny person. I'm the same bathing, and my hair looks like an old tea towel after 3 days of natural cleaning. You don't need to naturally clean. It's the world. I mean, it is a bit awkward because the actual oils from my come dripping down into my eyes. Can you see them? I have to wipe the oil. That's not true. It's not true, Lewis. Lewis Dahl. I love the way you call me Lewis Dahl. I think maybe Dahl should be capitalized. You continue to diminish my fantasy of you admitting you don't wash your hair or brush your teeth. There's lots of other stuff I don't do. I don't do. I don't bathe anymore. I used to bathe every single day. I don't bathe or shower with soap. I used to soap up my entire body. I don't do that anymore. The only soap I use is, if I do take, I probably take one shower a week. I don't do it. If you like somebody, people are clean. I wear clean clothes, and that cleans. But there's no. I don't know. I don't know what you expect. I like cash. I'm old fashioned, says Darkland. Yeah, I like. It's always good to have a little bit of cash lying around. I don't have any anyway. You can only do stuff. You can do stuff about the rest. The rest to worry on is a luxury. Yeah, there's only stuff. But I worry about everything. I worry about everything. If you ate nothing but meat and gnawing on bones, I'd half buy it. But we know you eat sugar. I do eat a little bit of sugar. But why don't we do this? Why don't we do a blood glucose test? Everybody take out your glucometer and we're going to measure your blood sugar. You're going to measure your blood sugar. Now, keep in mind, I have 22 grams of a Mr. Tom's peanut bar. Do you know a Mr. Tom's peanut bar? I had that about an hour ago. So I'm putting this in here. Anybody know anything about this? Okay. Toothbrushing can be traced, exactly traced, which is not the same thing as they definitely did it. Toothbrushing. Okay. When ancient Egyptians and Babylonian chewed sticks and twigs, that's not the same thing as a brush. It's not the same thing as a brush. And I have this. which tests my uric acid. You guys know anything about uric acid? Mao Zedong never washed, but also riddled with VD, which he spread to the loads of young concubines he had. Not sure why people don't think he was as bad as Hitler. Yes, he was in terms of the people he killed, but you don't spread disease like that. You can't. There's no spreading disease. Probably the people he had if he had sex, I don't know what his story was. How? So we take the blood. There's the blood. Can you see the blood? And then we take this here and we let it do this. And then this is on the side. And we let it do that. Yes, it's musky and sweaty, Ruben. What is Ruben saying? What's musky and sweaty? Imagine another way. Imagine it smells the way you want to have it smell like. Yeah, so this is my 5.5. 5.5, which is not great. It was earlier in the day, it was 4.8, and it's the end of the day, it's 5.5. And I did have the Mr. Tom's. Do you know the Mr. Tom's? That whatever it's called. It's called peanut. What is it called? Peanut crackle, peanut something or other. Too much information. Yeah, maybe. I'm telling you information. So that when you see me, you can say that guy doesn't bathe that much. He doesn't shampoo his hair. He doesn't brush his teeth. He's disgusting. I'm not going to kiss him. His design featured a handle made from a cow bone and bristles from pig hair. People were looking after their teeth better than pre-1800s. Well, let's just go on record and say peanut brittle. Thank you very much, Lucy Van Pelt. Lucy Van Pelt has my love because she listens to me. She listens to me, and I ask a question and she answers it. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I have a leak. She mends me. I don't have to speak. She defends me. A drunkard's dream. If there's ever, I think that's the song, right? Anyway, the point is, our bodies are clean enough. People never did any of that stuff. They didn't even have soap. And the reason they brushed their teeth in the Egyptian times is because they were eating a super high carb diet. You can Google this yourself. They were on carbs and their teeth were rotting. My teeth are not rotting. That's why they don't smell. Have people seen the study that male armpit sweat and pheromones are a cure for depression in women and promote oxytocin and is an effect independent of being in a relationship? Yes, we like the way women smell. Women like the way men smell, I guess, if they like the way. I'm not sure myself, but is this the Big Brother house tonight? I guess it is. We're walking around naked. Sorted, says Alita and now I have a virtual debit card with PayPal and a physical card. It's coming. What did you say? Order it. Up on Cripple Creek, you send me. I think it's by the band. I think it's called Up on Cripple Creek. You send me if I have a leak. You need to send me Up on Cripple Creek by a song by the band. Let's see what the lyrics are. I don't want to play it because I don't want to be yelled at by these people. Lyrics. When I get off this mountain, you know where I want to go. Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico to Lake Charles, Louisiana. Little Bessie, a girl I once knew. I never knew the lyrics to this. She told me just to come on by if there's anything she could do. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me. I don't have to speak. She defends me. A drunkard's dream, if I ever did see one. Good luck had just stung me. To the racetrack I did go. She bet on one horse to win, and I bet on the other to show. Odds were in my favor. I had 5-1. That nag to win came round the track. Sure enough, we had won up on Cripple Creek. She sends me. If I sprang a leak, she defends me. I don't have to speak. There's she defends me. A drunkard's dream. Do you know this song at all, Lucy Van Pelt? A great song. Robbie Robertson. Is that his real name? I'm singing it, but I'm not playing it, but I'm singing it. Carbolic soup. Sorry, Lewis, my battery died at the end of the last stream. Okay. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. Lake Charles by Lucinda Williams is one of my favorite songs. That's another one. Where is Lake Charles? Lewis, any tips for getting off sugar? I've got a serious problem. Everybody has a serious problem. You got to be strong. You got to be cruel. You got to be together. All I know is love will save the day. You know that song. You got to be cruel. You gotta be together. All I know is love will save the day. Do you know this song? Desiree, remember this. You got to be bad. You got to be bold. You got to be wiser. You got to be hard. You got to be tough. You got to be stronger. You got to be cool. You got to be calm. You got to stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time to ask no questions. It goes, do you know that song? Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. That's a great song. There you go. Do people know about the film about Bob Dylan called I'm Not There? It's different actors. Yeah, I never saw that playing Bob, including Richard Gere, in the time he lived in the Big Pink and made the basement tapes with the band. Yeah, that's right up where I went to school, up and on the Hudson River up there. We do, and we don't like it. You don't like that song. I don't like it either. It's pointless. You got to be this, you got to be that, you got to be everything. Soap was made with coal tar, very toxic. Heinz used a color made from coal tar in tomato ketchup. Is that true? Is that true? What Vatanai? Wait, welcome Vatanai. Mind like a DJ in an isolated community on the coast. That's our loop. I used to know a million songs. I don't remember the lyrics anymore. Anyone remember Izal toilet paper? That was like tracing paper sheets. I don't know. I don't know what I use tracing paper. I use tracing paper. All the school, according to Ruben, all schools and grandparents' houses had it. The smell always triggers memories. Carbolic acid. I loved my ex unwashed and shaved. Then I would ride her down the main street. I loved my ex-wife when she was unwashed and shaved. What is carbolic acid? Am I going to have to check what it is? Sorry, Mom. Sorry. What is that song? All I know is love will say. Oh, no, Down by Cripple Creek. Let's find out when that song was made. Up on Cripple Creek. Up on Cripple Creek. What year did it come out? I'm going to guess 1969, 68, 69. I'm going to guess. I'm guessing. 1969 November. I was right. What's the story? Are any members of the band still alive? The song is sung from the point of view of a truck driver who goes to Lake Charles, Louisiana, to stay with a local girl who he has a history up on Cripple Creek. What happened to the song? Lyrics and music. Number 25 on Billboard Hot. Levon Helm, Rick Danko, and Robbie Robertson. These were the star players there. Lots of people sang it. The Oak Ridge Boys. Tom Wopat. Well, not everybody, but these are the people. I call the band. They were a Canadian-American rock and roll band. The band set up shop in the pool house in the Hollywood Hills. The home was owned by Sammy Davis Jr. and previously owned by Judy Garland and Wally Cox. That's when Hollywood had history, which was kind of sort of destroyed by the Tate LaBianca. Hit factories. According to Robbie, the location was chosen to give the songs a basement tapes feel, a clubhouse concept. The band had to leave. They performed for 3 nights in the Winterland Theater. They recorded the final 3 songs up on Cripple at the Hit Factory in New York. I mean, I don't know how old they were, but in 1969, I was 12 years old. So, are they still alive? Are any in the? You want to look at this? Okay, I'll let you look at it. Not that you asked for it, but I'm going to pretend that you asked for it. Are any in the band still alive? They're all dead. All 5 of them are dead. The last one died at 87. But while, look at that, Levi, they're all dead. They're all dead. Do you know that the AI, do you know the AI that shows the young guy and then turning into the old guy? You know those guys? Is I can tell if they're dead or alive just by looking at their picture, the last picture, or whatever, the picture that they use, and then they say R.I.P. I could tell. I could tell if they're dead or alive. The toilets from primary school were a nightmare. Tracing paper to wipe your arse and boiling water to wash your hands. Yeah, yeah. Hollywood's been downhill for a long time. Has Cripple Creek not been canceled yet? It seems discriminatory. Yes, that could be true. It could be true. They maybe forced them to change the name of it. Did you have bottled milk too? Video clip says, Mom, ours was fine in winter, but warm in the summer, as it was kept outside. When I was a kid, I don't remember ever getting bottled milk. We used to have to go to the shop. America was an advanced country. No, it was not that way, Ruben. Ruben was making a joke. The open caskets are always a giveaway in those photos. No, that's not true. That's not true. Why would a god create us to wipe our bums? Even a dog don't have to do that. Bad design. Well, the reason we have to wipe our bums is because we're not eating the proper diet. If you eat the proper diet, you don't really have to wipe your bum. Google carnivore and bum wiping. Let's see what it says. You're not going to see this in any other stream. Carnivore bum wiping. Unnecessary. How about that? Is a subjective anecdotal claim, not a health recommendation. While it is true that a zero-fiber, high-fat carnivore diet significantly reduces fecal volume, leading to fewer and smaller bowel movements, there is no evidence to suggest that proper hygiene is unnecessary. Well, why is it proper? You know what? Paper is considered a luxury, or for years it was a luxury. Hold on a second. Did you see that? Why don't you see that? This is amazing. Read what that says over there. I mean, I tell you, I'm amazing. I mean, you may not like me, but I'm telling you stuff you're not going to hear anywhere else. It took another 40 years before food and drink started getting delivered and left on your doorstep. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, you know, they were delivering milk, but they weren't delivering anything else. I was allowed to sharpen the class pencils, Mom says. There you go, because you're a reliable person. I have a we don't have to hear a terrible poo story. I'm going to bed, dear doll. Thank you, Calliope. I'm a grumpy man. I'll see you in just over a week, you grumpy man. Well, let's everybody wish Calliope a safe trip. A safe trip to Italy. A lovely trip to Italy. Everybody, a safe trip to Italy. So we will see you, beautiful Calliope doll. You are my doll. Phil Campbell from Motorhead has died. He was 64. He died following surgery for a liver transplant. Yeah, don't drink. He went to school with my friend Matt. They learned to play guitar together. Thank you, Vatanai. Very bad. Yogurt, orange juice, and cream. What is that? What is yogurt, orange juice, and cream? Hi ho, Kermit. Is that what they delivered? People used to drink orange juice. They don't drink orange juice anymore. I saw a video on the death of orange juice. There was a tribute to Bob Dylan in poetry form by rock stars, and Bono's poem was "Bob is not dead," yet basically that was back in the 1980s. Amazing to think he was only 45 back then. That is true. That is true. Bob Dylan was an amazing, amazing, amazing guy. Amazing guy. He wasn't completely amazing because it wasn't completely authentic, but maybe that's what made it so great. He was like acting. He went and stole what's his name's personality at whatever the guy's was. Wasn't Laming and Hawkwind. Hawkwind. He delivered those too. Morohead, God bless Lemmy. Motorhead. Is that what you mean? Bono is an idiot, is the conclusion. Um, and then Bob Dylan, he did there are a couple of songs, Brownsville Girl and that other song that I liked, Things Have Changed, that I've listened to thousands and thousands of times, and that's rare for a performer who's been around having hit songs. And remember, that song, The Pump Don't Work Because the Vandals Took the Handle, that was written at the university or whatever, the college. I call it college, whatever, the higher educational grounds. It was like a university, but it wasn't a university. It was too small to be a university. Bard College. Dylan and Hendrix are poets a la brilliance. I guess so, yeah. I mean, I've learned more about uh, Hendrix in the past year than I knew my entire life. I knew the songs. I knew the songs, but I didn't know anything else about him. But there's a YouTube channel which talks about Hendrix by month, about where he was playing, who was playing with, all the problems he had. The film I'm Not There is about multiple personas of Dylan. One called The Fake, a little black boy plays it. Interesting. Interesting. Do they have different directors? Is it like that what is that one that they had, that where they had, three, I don't know. I loved Jim Morrison. I loved Jim Morrison. Then he got fat and I lost the love for him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Darklands. Hendrix passed away in London. Yeah. No, he was in Paris. No, Morrison was in Paris. Why? Where did he pass away? Yeah, probably in London. Let me check right here. I'll check here. Where did Hendrix die? He died in London, England on September 18th, 1970. Lansdowne Crescent. That's sad. Really, really sad. He seemed like a nice guy. Like just a nice guy, you know. Let's see if we can get an address here. Here's the address. Let's see if we can get the address. Is it marked? It doesn't have a plaque on it, but he died downstairs in the basement here. Maybe it's somebody's house right now. Look how beautiful this is. How beautiful. They didn't tear it down. Amazing. Don't tear down any old buildings, everybody. Don't tear down any old buildings. Great documentary series called Rock Roots available that shows incestuous relationships between all the great rock bands of the 60s and 70s. Yeah. Well, they weren't as successful or rich to keep away from each other, I guess. You know. I used to look a lot like Dylan, blonde on blonde time, as my hair grew up in a natural bouffant. Dylan has blue eyes too, but few pictures because he always wears shades. Yeah. Interesting, yeah. Hendrix at one point lived next to a house that Handel lived in. Yeah, back in the day, or in the same house. Was it the same house? Not at the same time that Handel lived there. Hendrix could have been saved, but his girlfriend was frightened to call 999 as they'd both been smoking pot. I think they were doing more than smoking pot. I have a recording of Morrison totally ruining a jam session by Hendrix by just shouting over and over again, "Fuck my ass, fuck my ass." Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, remember Morrison's dad was a naval officer in the American military in Vietnam. You know, I think he saw his son as an embarrassment. I'm guessing that's what it was. In London, yes, in London. You're right. Sorry about that, Torklands. Sorry about that, Torklands. Um, I mean, rock stars. That was an amazing time. 60s and 70s. 60s and 70s. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing time. This is the place. It was like a hotel, and they put this really crappy, ugly. Can you see the crappy, ugly door that was on that thing? Look at that, how ugly that door. Where they painted it that horrible color. And then there's a gate on it. That's a bad sign. It's a nice place to live. A really nice place to live. Oh, Mr. Mojo Rising is an anagram of Morrison. There you go. Oh, Morrison. I did not know that, Paul. Elvis was a genius, of course, but kind of lost the plot. I'm not sure he was a genius. I thought he had something amazing. You know, he didn't write the songs. You know what I mean? He didn't write the songs. How could you call him a genius? There were rumors that the green parakeets from that now populate London parks were from Hendrix releasing his pair of pets he had in a cage. I would. You want me to check that out? Should I check that out, Ruben? I'll check that out. It doesn't sound believable to me, but it could be. It could be believable. From the film African Queen, filmed in West London. Was it filmed in West London? Another rumor was that Hendrix released a pair, but on Carnaby Street, right in the center of the capital. Quite possible. Where in West London was it filmed? In the Ealing studio? In Isleworth. Scenes involving Bogart and Hepburn in the water were shot in tanks at Wharton Hall Studios. I've never even heard of it. They didn't film it in Africa. That's like shocking. Did you know that African Queen wasn't filmed? I mean, I know that they don't. I know not all. Of course, I know that, but that's. It looks so realistic to me, and I haven't seen it. Wharton Hall Studios. Where is it? The house was built in 1783. By film producer George Samuelson. A Study in Scarlet was filmed there. Okay, how do I get? Where is? Let's go on the maps. I've been very loyal to Google. There's the buildings. Look at that. They're old buildings. Isleworth Studios. This is the water purification plant. Look at how big that is. Wow. Look at how big that is. And what is this? Is this Wimbledon Stadium? What is this? Twickenham. It's the Twickenham football thing. Look at that. This is the old studio. I guess it's no longer a studio anymore. Or is this the studio? Look at that. How cool is that? Look at what we're going through here. All the old buildings. I hope they never tear it down. That's all I can say. I hope they never tear it down. Oh, you couldn't see what I was looking at. Sorry. Things like news sites and their private email between them and the solicitor, as many prisoners continued to fight for their freedom. What are we talking about here? I lost you for a second. Elvis film, I mean. Lieber and Stoller, they were the geniuses, maybe. Yeah, Jews, yeah. The ones on Park Row. What are your thoughts on the prisoners having smartphones? I think it's okay under certain conditions, e.g., no text, phone calls capabilities, no Pornhub, no YouTube, only access. I mean, it is prison. It is prison, and one of the ways you could really punish a prisoner by they don't have a phone. They can look at news sites and private email between them and their solicitor. As many, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about that, Jack? Good to see you here. Did you see the dark zone that's in Birmingham to stop drones? Strange Ways. What is Strange Ways in Birmingham? What is that? What is strange? Oh, the prison. The prison. Yeah, drones. Yeah, with over 220 sightings. Oh my God, leading the highest in England. While some reports has been charged with smuggling attempts. Yeah, they drop in a phone. I mean, I think I've heard that way before. They've got 56 days, 2 months to stop drones bringing in drugs. I mean, yeah, yeah. Well, what can you do about it? That's an interesting point. What can you do about it? In Armley, Leeds, a ladder was left when bringing drugs in, and no one escaped because they didn't want to, it seemed. What does that mean? There was a strange delay when the George Michael was found by his boyfriend. The boyfriend tried to wake him and delayed calling 999. When they arrived, Michael was very dead. People die, yeah, but it's sad. Don't take drugs, please don't. Winston Green, Birmingham, Strange Ways, in Manchester. Um, Conditions in the UK prisons are better than in some UK households. Probably true. Probably true. I've never been to prison. I never even spent the night overnight. I mean, I've been in a police station a couple of times making a report because I am a certified victim. They even get women prison officers having sex with them. Yeah, they do, Alex. They really, really do. They do. Okay. Um, Everybody, can we like the stream? Can we like the stream? Everybody like the stream. That's all I don't, it's not all I ask. I ask you to go to Ko-fi. I ask you to subscribe, PayPal or Patreon, go to Discord or go to Twitter. But can we like the stream? Can we like the stream? I don't, you've got to just every time. That's all I ask. That's all I ask is just like the stream. Like the stream. Um, okay, so we've had a good time. An hour. I think an hour is a good length of time. Is there anything that you want to discuss that we haven't discussed, or you want to discuss this further? The idea of course, they're trying to sneak stuff into prison. That's not revolutionary. You know what I mean? Um, um, but the drone thing is an easy fix. All you need is a giant net over the courtyard exercise area, and then anything dropped will be caught in the net. Yes, maybe that's all you need. Or maybe maybe I'm pretty sure there are nets you could shoot a net into the sky, basically. Do you have foxes around your way, Lewis, or giant rat-like cats? We've got a lot of foxes. Why do you? We all have foxes. Buy the stream of coffee. Listen, Ron Smith bought the stream of coffee yesterday, and that was really great of him. That was really great. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That's really nice of Kermit to help us out here. Possibly panic when our young PC came. There was a story of some guy who opted for halal food to get protection and heard the food was better. He did so at the beginning of Ramadan. So he had to skip lunch. Paul Yoward. Michael was going to expose elements in the music industry. He was bumped off. Maybe. Who knows? You can't trust anybody. Do you think? I don't know if George. That doesn't make sense to me. Um, the USA has the right idea with this supermax prison. Quite scary. Did you see the Louis Theroux thing about the prison? The pedo prison they have down there that's basically is made to look like a local town, like a village with shops and things and with a main street yard. Let me see if I could find that because that was like so scary. California prison for pedos. For pedos. Louis Theroux. Do you guys know what I'm talking about here? 2009. Oh my God, he was so young. You might want to watch this thing. This thing was really scary. This thing was really, really scary. Really scary. Let's see if there's a picture of what the main street looked like. Do you know what I'm talking about? A place for pedos trail. And inside the manosphere, he did that one there. Okay. This is the thing here. Coalinga Mental Hospital. 500 convicted. Oh my God, that's like so many. Okay, everybody. Okay. So let me thank the people for being here. And let me thank all of you people. And let's do this. Let's take a guess of what the top number is. What did Lucy Van Pelt say? Okay. Lucy Van Pelt. There's what Lucy says. Where does Lucy say? Does it have a playground? Yeah, probably. Is that a serious question? Let me thank the people here. 19 is Warmelian. Carrie B, beautiful Carrie B, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Carrie B is 18. Top Cat is 17. Keith Bexley is 16. Calliope up in Italy right now is at 15. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Calliope. Elite Elixir is 14. Vatanai is 13. Lucy Van Pelt, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lucy Van Pelt is 13, is 12, sorry. Okay. 11 is Jack Schaefer, beautiful. Andy is 10 and Sandeep is 9. Always great to see Sandeep here. Rocket League is 8. Alex is 7. Darklands, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands is 6. Mom, how beautiful is Mom? I love you, Mom. I love my mom. I love you, mom. Is number 5. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mom. Ruben is 4. Corsai is 3. Hi ho Kermit. Incredible helpfulness. Great. Is 2. And Paul is 1. Listen, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. If I haven't thanked you, you know. Anyway, so what is the top number? What is the right number? Is it Ruben or Jack or Lucy Van Pelt or Mum or Paul Yoward at 25? Who's here? I'm not tired. I'm actually not tired. But I think we've had it. I think we have 15 minutes shorter version of the night show. Be careful calling ladies beautiful when mentioning their number. Out of context, it would make you look bad. As people like to clip things to make. How is that making people look bad? How is it making? And you are beautiful too, Paul. Paul Yoward is beautiful. Lee Elixir is beautiful. But the winner, I'm going to announce the winner. The winner is Mum. Is Mum again. A round of applause for Mum. A round of applause. Mum, Mum, Mum. Thank you, Corsai. Thank you, Elite. Thank you. Thank you, Darklands. Thank you, everybody who I've mentioned, or I maybe have Rocket League. I don't know whether I mentioned you. If I haven't mentioned you, just say in the bottom. Say in the bottom. Andy Vatanai, UK video clips, Lucy Van Pelt, beautiful. And then we'll see you tomorrow at 5. Will we see you tomorrow at 5? I think we will. I hope we will. 28. What number did you say it was? Hold on a second. I think maybe I got this wrong. 28. That's really good for the night stream. We're doing really, really well. Kind of. We're doing very, very well. This has been our best show ever. You've been our best guest. School for Scoundrels, says Lucy Van Pelt. She loves her movies. That's one of the things that Lucy Van Pelt is good at. We will see you tomorrow at 5. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you tomorrow at 5. Will we see you then? I think we will. I hope we will. We will. Thank you, Kermit, for the information and for being a huge success. Everybody, let's thank Kermit for the help that he's given me. Project Hail Mary. What is that about? What is Project Hail Mary? Oh, that's that new film with what's his name? Sci-fi adventure. Do you know what a Hail Mary pass is? I'll see you tomorrow at 5.